Kid's beautiful uncommon name might be super popular in the UK. The top 100 girl and boy names for 2023 were finally released for England and Wales. You know the drill. I asked my Patreon to pick, and they wanted to see the names that are uncommon in the US but popular in the UK. In my opinion, anything in the top 100 is considered popular, and I really wanted to find names that were not similar in the US. So I chose names that were about 500 in rank or higher. Up first, we have Amelie, which is 89 in the UK and 893 in the US. I think this is a gorgeous name, but I would still proceed with caution. Between Amelia with an A or an E and Amalia, you are going to see variations of this name around. We need to pause and take a moment for these IE names. Wait till I get to the boys list. But we have Bonnie, Darcy, Elodie. I'm obsessed with Bonnie. Darcy hasn't ranked since 1984, and Darcy with a Y hasn't ranked in years as well. Elodie is beautiful, and people are talking about it, but it's still at 738. I grew up hearing the name Erin. It is great to see it at 65 in the UK, but it is going down in popularity in the US. Harriet is one of those old-fashioned grandma names that has just not come back in popularity yet, like Violet and Hazel. But in the UK, they're feeling it. It's at 62. I hope they use the nickname Hattie. Imogen is one of my favorite names of all time. Hint about the next video. It's not even ranking in the US. And then we have Jessica, which is so quintessential 80s and 90s, and it's at 553. I actually know Alara in the UK. It's just in there though at 92 and at 732 in the US. Lottie is so cute on its own. It's at 48. I'm just happy it's even ranking in the US. I don't know. I think Lyra squeaked in on this list, 80 in the UK, but only 481 in the US. I also know a Nancy in the US. Pretty cool to see it at 70 in the UK. Next up we have Nellie. She's at 97, but 611 in the US. Great name. Orla. Not ranking in the US, but one of my absolute favorites. Wanted to name my daughter Orla for a hot minute. I had to move myself up for this because I don't understand how it's not more popular in the US. Everyone loves the name Isla, right? That's why I didn't end up using it. But like Orla is so similar. Are we going to see it grow in 10 to 20 years? Is it going to make the top 1,000? Calm down, Stephanie. I also love Ottilie, but it only works in the UK because it should be pronounced Ottilie. And I think we figured that out because it hasn't ranked since 1904. Robin with a Y hasn't ranked since 2004, but people are using it in the UK. And in case you're wondering, Robin with an I is at 793 in the US. We're moving on to the boys, okay? I changed colors, stay with me. We have Albert and Elby, and then Elfie and Alfred. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to see that both the full and the nicknames of Albert and Alfred are ranking in their top 100. Do my millennial friends and older remember watching Bobby's World? I think this is such a cute name, and it hasn't ranked since 2020 in the US. Chester, I just get a smile on my face. Again, this is a grandpa sweater name that is not popular right now, but it's like quirky and beautiful in an interesting way. You know what I mean? We have Frankie, Freddie, and Frederick. Again, they find something they like, they stick to it. I love it. The nickname names are out of control in this list. I just love the UK. If you follow the royal family at all and you know their names, Harry and Louis will not be a surprise to you, but for the US, they're at 782 and at 610. This was a really exciting year for the UK in that their top baby name changed, and it was actually Mohammed spelled this way. That is their number one name for boys, and honestly, that spelling is also more popular for us in the US. The Arabic name of Musa is very new to me. As you can see, it's ranking in the US at 658, and it is a variation of the name Moses. Otis is one of those names I've become a lot more fond of in the last few years, but I can picture myself like 15 years ago being like, Otis is a dog's name. Ralph, I mean, it's okay. It last ranked in 2018. It might make you think of A Christmas Story. Reggie is just giving so many vibes. It's giving a lot. I really like it. 52, but it last ranked in 1991. And then we have Ruben, which is pretty popular in the UK, but 815 in the US. Speed round, we're on the last four, okay? Ronnie, adorable. Rupert, big fan. Stanley, The Office. Tommy, I like it. Let me know if you enjoyed this longer style of video and follow for more.